Mike is going to talk about some stuff happening at Amazon regarding labor, workers, the future on today's Not So Critical Update.
We've talked about Amazon a couple times in the context of this work reform movement. Obviously, they have a spotty track record. We've had a lot of discussion about the hot labor market and people changing jobs for big pay increases. It seems like there's some indication that that might be slowing down. Peter shared a story, I think, with us earlier today about companies rescinding offers that are being put out. So maybe I asked for my raise too late in the game, but that notwithstanding, the article here, the story is that a leaked Amazon memo says that the company may run out of available labor by 2024. Circulated internal memo calculated the available pool of workers using factors like income level and proximity to current or planned Amazon facilities that they would just run out. The report urged the company to take steps to address the future labor gap, such as raising wages to retain its existing workforce and attract new hires. It also suggested increasing automation in warehouses, not going to help employment overall. But it's okay. An Amazon spokesperson said that the leaked document isn't an accurate assessment of its hiring situation because right now they're not having trouble hiring people. Therefore, I guess they just assume they won't. A couple ominous warnings in this article.
This thing that talks about our future isn't an accurate representation of where we're at right now. That makes sense to me. I think that follows. Yeah, well done, Amazon spokesman.
Definitely true.
Clear. Sorry, pardon me. Good deflection there. That's excellent spin.
Yeah.
It's kind of bonkers. You pointed out, Mike, that they have 150% attrition.
150% a year turnover. That's crazy.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Well, if that doesn't tell you something, you know. And as you're running through the pool of possible applicants and you're losing so many, like eventually you really do run out, because not only is it about the fact that you might have fired or people left and they're not coming back, it's also if your turnover is that high, people are going to go and say, you know, I was thinking about working at Amazon, and they'll say, no, just go work at Grubhub or any other gig. You know,
because they're not going to pay people more and they're not going to treat them better. So their only hope is to either automate what they do or pray that more people just show up.
And
the one thing they're not going to do is improve the working conditions to make people want to work there.
Instead, I think we will see a rush in autonomy, and it's already happening.
Yeah.
Amazon has a whole team on this where they want to automate, grocery stores. They want the whole experience to be personless, helpless, basically, where you don't see a single person.
I feel helpless against Amazon sometimes.
Well, at this point, yeah, for sure. And, you know, sooner or later, drones will be commonplace, buzzing around above us, making deliveries. And be it, you know, Grubhub or Uber Eats or DoorDash or just straight up Amazon, that's what's going to happen. You will be ordering a Lyft or Uber and there won't be a driver. There will be an automated car. And of course, that makes sense. It will make them so much more money, not having that liability of a person.
I can't wait for all
of those things. Do you think that other companies are going to follow suit? They're going to go, hang on, this is working for Amazon. Let's just start treating our employees like shit as well.
I think the autonomy race, I think the race to autonomy is happening now.
Yeah.
And just hire someone else.
But think of it this way also, like, let's take, I don't know, any clothing store brand like H&M. People still want to be able to try on clothes. That's a very, very important thing when you're picking out new clothes. Sure, a lot of people do it online, but you want to go to the store, you want to make sure it sits right, you want to feel the fabric. And what we'll probably see is just may be a person managing a fleet of autonomy.
Are you implying, John, that there are actually people out there who wear something other than pajama bottoms or basketball shorts these days?
Oops.
I'm
kind of attacked right now.
Like, I actually call my pajama bottoms now work pants.
I'm in work attire. This is formal. This is business attire.
Yeah. Like if I leave the house, I have to change out of my work pants.
Do you know what?
To put something on the other store.
I actually went all the way to the supermarket.
Oh shit!
Fucking pajama bottoms.
That's not commonplace for you guys.
Out the house. No. And it was only after I got back I went, wait.
I don't even know the last time I wore jeans. I'm not even kidding you guys. Like I'm not. This is the way of life now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Formal attire is for weddings and
can I say something though? So here's the thing. Here's the thing in the back of my mind. The little demon sitting on my shoulder that's going, that's gonna be awesome. Having robots everywhere and being sold stuff by everything completely automated. Isn't that so cool? And I'm like, well, yeah. I mean, what I wish would happen out of this is that we do automate everything. All jobs are just done by robots, and they're all nice robots, and they want to help us, and they're all lovely, and they never have hangovers or bad days.
Right.
And everybody who's been replaced gets to go and learn the flute or become a writer or do something meaningful in their life. But actually, what's going to happen is that everybody without jobs, the elite 1% or 0.1% will have shitloads of money, and everybody will be gasping for to pay their electricity bills. It's so depressing. You should write a
book about that, Peter.
Yeah, I feel like you could take one scenario of like the dystopian future you just painted, and then another scenario of like the utopian future you just painted, and you can make it a 2-part book. It doesn't even need to be really long, like 92 pages or something. I don't know.
You can read that in an afternoon. That's easy.
You could actually read it on a short plane
or
ride.
On a flight. I could read it on a flight. That's what I think I might try and do.
Fiction.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
So I just wanted to mention before we wrap up here, one of my favorite comments about this article from Reddit was attributing to Amazon. We've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's again the theme of this week is really like it's too real. It's too fiction. Everything is like, where are we?
Yeah.
What is going on?
But I like it. I go to Taco Bell. I can order from Taco Bell app. I don't have to talk to anybody at the counter. I show up and my food is just sitting there waiting for me, ready to go. I love it. Like that's the life I want to live. It's perfect. Also, I don't carry cash. I pay through the app. Totally frictionless.
How long have we been talking for? Is this an episode's worth of time yet? Because there was something cool that
keep going.
Kind of crossed my mind today.
Go on, Peter.
So have you seen this movie? I think it's a Netflix or Prime or Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime. Jesus Christ, you can't get away from them. It's a movie called The Current War, I think it is. And it's about Edison versus Woodhouse, and then Tesla gets involved, and it's all about the invention of like the electricity industry. And the competing AC versus DC, and like Tesla went to work for Edison, and then he kind of did his ideas went take. It's really interesting. I actually haven't finished watching it, but what crossed my mind at the time was like, can you imagine working on something like electricity before electricity? Like, when's the next big thing? We've had the internet. That's fairly, that's passé. When's the next big thing coming along? When are we going to have something that just doesn't exist and we can't comprehend right now? That's going to fundamentally change the way we think about it.
Quantum technologies for sure.
You think?
Because we're like getting there, but we're moving at a snail pace. By the time all of us are old and gross and saggy,
all this stuff happened like inside their lifetimes. They were mapping out like 1 square mile to put an electricity grid in it, and saying, some people were saying we can do it, and wires over the overhead, or I think it was Edison was pushing the direct current, which needed to be buried because it was, I don't know why, but it only had you had to have like substations in not substations, but dynamos in different places, and it was very expensive, and they were competing against it. But it all happened. All this shift happened like in their lifetimes.
Yeah,
it's kind of incredible. And before they came along, electricity wasn't around, it just wasn't a thing.
It seems like
So,
we're in a situation where there are a
fascinating.
couple things that could really break that kind of innovation loose. I think quantum computing is one. I think cold fusion is another one.
Definitely cold fusion.
Yeah,
Both are things that
could
everybody
be.
believes is possible, thinks that we could get to, maybe not far away from, maybe much farther than we think away from. But the time we get there, I think that'll be like flipping a switch to open a world of possibilities. I think like water desalination, we have technology for it, but it's incredibly energy consuming.
And it also abrupts the like I think it was California that just struck down desalination on the West Coast because of the damage that it would cause marine life. And
California's a lost cause anyway, so we won't worry about that. But yeah,
but I think Israel's been desalinating. Like they've been doing it, like you said, super expensive, very wasteful right now. But just like solar was, look at where we are now. We're at, I think, 60% efficiency. Imagine once we break through to that upper 99 percentile, and we're just absorbing as much as we can from the sun. It's going to be.
We won't need
energy.
solar with fusion though, cold fusion.
Sure, but I think cold fusion, what Mike is talking about, is a little bit more leaning towards sci-fi. A little, it's possible in theory, right?
Well, that's my point.
Yeah,
that's my point about the electricity. Can you imagine working on electricity before electricity was a thing? Just it's something completely new that would just it didn't exist before. I mean, only in just theory. Something so bonkers that if you read about it in the newspaper, you'd be like, "What? No, that's just crazy shit." Anyway, that was sort of my point. Anyway, we should do another predictions episode, like wacky predictions.
Oh boy!
All right, thanks.